So there's a video that went viral almost about 3 weeks ago where you had Sarah Comrie, a pregnant nurse who just finished a 12-hour shift at the New York Bellevue Hospital while 6 months pregnant, where for 2 weeks she was labeled as a Karen and put on leave from her job. But now we knew the true story behind everything with all the receipts from both sides. But before we continue, sub to the channel, there's a lot for it.
Record him. Help me! Please help me!
It's not your bike.
Please help me!
It's not your bike. It's not your bike.
Please help me! Help! Please get off!
Wait, what the fuck is going on, bro?
Please get off!
Yo, don't not take it, bro.
Now you're not getting the bike, bro.
Hey, now you're not getting the bike, bro.
Help!
You're not getting the
Get
bike.
off me,
I'm
dude.
not.
Why you took his phone? What's wrong with you?
Stupid as fuck. You're not
Don't touch
touching
his
my
phone.
phone.
Do not touch his phone.
I'm not touching you. You putting your stomach on my hand.
No, dude, stop. No, dude, stop. No. I said no. I said sit down.
Please help me!
She's just crying.
You're not crying. I got
Stupid.
I got
It's
your
my
video.
bike.
Oh!
Drunk.
Wait, you pulled it out?
Hey.
Hassan, you pulled it out? Hassan,
I don't give a fuck.
Hassan, you pulled it out?
This is my bike. It's on my account. Please move.
All right, so why don't we reset the bike?
I'm not resetting the bike.
It's his.
Reset it. I'm gonna pull it out on your account.
You are
I don't
active.
want to walk. I don't give a fuck.
This is my fake crying.
Guys,
This is fake crying. Stop fake crying.
Hey, stop touching me. I don't touch you.
Hold up.
Hey, stop touching me. Stop touching me.
Why don't you take this bike?
Stop touching me.
I will.
Exactly. So take
Fuck out of
it.
here.
So take it.
You're stupid ass. Fuck out of here. Dumbass. Your baby gonna come out with time.
Wait. How you stop crying?
Fuck.
Not a tear came down, miss.
My dick.
Not a tear came down.
Fuck out of here.
As you watch the video for the first time, you kind of assume it's textbook or racist Karen yelling and screaming for help while these guys say that they rented a bike. You sort of believe them with everything you've seen with Karens, which is what everyone thought. So everyone blames Sarah because there are people in the world who act like Karens like that. You see a white lady yelling and screaming for help from a group of black guys. First thought is Karen, but in reality, she actually was screaming for help because they weren't letting her leave after she legally paid to rent the bike, which caused one of them to start the interaction or the recording post-day with no context to the video at all, and she gets all the hate for it. Now a little backstory of the whole thing. So this starts off with the boys riding the city bikes around. I think this is like an hour before meeting Sarah. They had a membership card of the city bikes where you can ride a bike for 45 minutes straight for free, and then after 45 you pay. So they dock the bike every 45 minutes, so the timer resets, and they can ride for another 4 or 5 minutes for free. Do that, grab it, go, another 45 minutes, docking, and all that. Note that there are two types of city bikes. There's the electrical ones with assisted pedaling and motors, and then it's a normal bike. The group had all electrical ones. So they dock it at the hospital, reset the timer when Sarah shows up after her shift ended. She asked if she can use the bike since it's the electrical one with assisted pedaling and motor because she was 6 months pregnant. They say no, and she just walks up to the bike, which is free reign because no one was renting it at the time, and rents out the bike, which is the start of the video. So then, you see in the video, they released their receipts of renting the bike, showing that they had the bike from 6:33 to 7:19. Then, from 7:19 to 7:24, the bike was docked, so it was free reign, so anyone can rent it. So then, Sarah rents the bike at 7:24, which is when the recording started. I don't know a lot of city bikes or, a lot about them, but apparently when the purple light is on at the front, that means the bike is being rented on someone's account. So at the start of the video, you can see the lights on and that Sarah, the hospital worker, has the bike rented. But the guy, Michael, doesn't let her leave because they still want to use that bike, but we're just chilling out. So she screams for help while all these guys are saying it's not your bike, but legally it is her bike because she rented it out. As she's putting stuff in her bag, Michael, who's holding onto the bike, he docks the bike, which takes it off her account, making a free reign bike at 7:25, which if you see at her receipt, she only had the bike from 24 to 25, and then the light turns off. So she only had the bike rented for a minute before Michael had docked it. She then takes Michael's phone, which, I'm guessing that he can't pay for the bike, but they just get the phone back instantly. Then she starts to cry. A coworker comes out to see what's going on. While she's distracted, Michael then rents up the bike. The light then turns on, and now the bike is being rented on his account. And now it seems like Sarah tried to do the same thing to what Michael did to her by forcing the bike to dock, and then, trying to get it back on her account. So now the bike's on his account. They say it's on his account, and they just start insulting this poor woman with everything. One of the people in Michael's group gets up from their rightfully rented bike, and that's the bike Sarah takes at the end of the video. Throughout the whole interaction, half the group was just telling Michael to give the bike because she did legally rent it out when no one was using it, while the other half was just insulting her, saying that it wasn't her bike. Now, this is the after effects of what happened after the video was posted and it went viral. Her job's Twitter, the NYC Health plus Hospital / Bellevue, made 2 posts or tweets about it. The first post saying that they're reviewing it, with everyone in the comments just saying fire her, suspend her, the worst things possible. Then the second post saying that she's on leave after her behavior was shown to be disgusting. Everyone in the comments was now blasting the hospital because Sarah had showed proof that she actually rented out the bikes and that the guys were lying. After the altercation, the video went viral. She went to a lawyer who released the receipts of her renting the bike, and I think now she's suing the hospital, news outlets, and I'm not sure, but maybe the group. My guess to the news outlets is defamation, because all of them just said she was a Karen, she was stealing bikes from innocent young black children, and, just really being a Karen. And the main people, I think, is the New York Post. With the hospital, I would assume it would be some sort of employment clause or something like that. And then, possibly against Michael and his group for, I don't know the law, but maybe like slander or something. A GoFundMe was started for Sarah in her place, saying, "Help Sarah Comrie fight against being branded as a Karen." It now sits at just under 132,000 out of 120,000. This whole story was switching sides every time something was released, to a point where, something else might come out and people might switch sides. The original video with no context, everyone blames Sarah and she gets put on leave from her job and gets threats. She reveals her receipt and people see that she actually had the bike rented. And then, everyone saw that Michael's group was lying. Michael's sister does a TikTok to tell the backstory of the thing. She shows the 633 to 719 receipt, which people then side with Michael because the same serial number on the bike that Sarah had. But then they realized that the bike was not being rented and was free reign to anyone to rent between 719 when he, docked the bike to 724 before Sarah legally rented the bike. So what do you think? And what side are you on? Tell me down in the comments below. But with that, that's the whole video. If you liked the video, then sub. If you subbed, you might get another video.